Welcome to Wild River State Park, Minnesota. It's about 70 degrees. It was raining. It started raining on my way up here, and then I'm about a half mile in already, and it rained up until about a minute ago. And it was just kind of dropping off. It was just a light rain. It's very quiet here. Very quiet. The trail I got picked out here is about 16 miles long. It is a lollipop loop. We're probably going to do 5 today and the 11 tomorrow. And we're going to be dispersed camping. So there are no campsites or any facilities. I just have to find a spot to put my tent. Okay, everybody. I'm like 2.5 miles in, maybe 3. We've turned off of the main loop and onto the solo Sunrise Trail that heads over to Sunrise River. But I found a little shelter here, just a little tiny shelter. And found this, Forever Riding Trails with You, Amber Olmsted, in memory, happy trails, Dave Lennox. This is a horse trail, if I didn't mention that already, so haven't seen any horses yet, except for back at the camp when I first started. The rain started back up again, but it's a very light sprinkle, but I still got my poncho on to keep dry. But take a short break in this shed, and we'll continue on, do a few more miles. You know, I saw the shelter and I was just like, I'm going to stop for like 5 minutes. Just take a little fiver. I sat down and it started raining harder and harder. And I'm like, it turned into a 20-minute break. But now it slowed down a little bit, so I'm going to continue.
The Bridge of Death. Gotta go around.
I believe it's a whole flock of turkey vultures. Half of them flew away. Yeah, they have the bald head. They're definitely turkey vultures. First I thought they were crows. Our first glimpse of the St. Croix River. I'm about 4.5 miles in. I just passed a sign that said 4 miles, so about 4.5 miles. Crazy thing just happened. Never happened to me before. I heard a tree fall in the woods. It was a big tree. I didn't see it, but I heard it. At first I thought it was thunder. It just started cracking, and then I realized it was a tree. It sounded like a big tree. But yeah, probably 150 yards off, I'd estimate, by the sound of it. But yeah, I've never heard that. That's crazy. Excellent. Nature in action. Okay, adventurers. I have set up camp. I got my tent and the sleeping bag all set up, ready to go. The dark kind of crept up on me, so I had to do it in the dark with the flashlight. That wasn't very fun. But yeah, it kind of made me miss my old tent. So I got the MSR Hubba with me. It's a little more, it's not, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it's a little more difficult, more involved than the Passage 2, the REI Passage 2. But yeah, I missed the tent. But I got it all set up, ready to go. I'm gonna just relax here, maybe do a little reading, and head to bed. And hopefully tomorrow morning we will have a beautiful sunny day. See you in the morning. Good morning, adventurers. It is about 7:30. Yeah, about 7:30. Gonna have some breakfast. I got a Nutri-Grain bar. And a Lucky Charms bar. I got a bowl of cereal and a Nutri-Grain bar. Gonna have breakfast. Let's see, I did about 5.5 miles yesterday. So it means I got about 10 to 11 miles today to do a loop. I'm gonna leave, it's a lollipop loop like I said, so I'm gonna be coming back this way, so I'm gonna leave my tent and stuff set up here. I'm gonna go hike the loop, and then I'm gonna come back, pack up this stuff, and then we'll head back to the car. Anyway, breakfast time. So I said before, I camped about 100 or so, 150 yards off the trail into the woods. I found what I think was an animal trail, like a deer trail or something. And I just found a little clearing under the trees and set up my tent. And now I didn't bring any of that stuff with me, so I got my backpack, but it doesn't have my tent or my sleeping bag or any of that stuff in it. Just got some snacks, my water bottle, my camera gear, toilet paper, anything I might need for the next 3-4 hours. Some of you might be wondering, how are you going to find your way back to the tent if it's off in the woods somewhere? Well, I'll show you. So, I use a map. My map that I use on my phone is called Gaia GPS. Okay, looks like this. So it's just like Google Maps or something, but I can make trails on there. This has hiking trails and ATV trails, all sorts of trails already marked on it, and I can make my own trails going along them. And then I can also lay waypoints and stuff like that. So as you'll see here, you got my arrow, I'm right over here, and there's a waypoint over here. That's where my campsite is. So on my way back, I'll know where to stop to find my camp. This runs off GPS, so even if I don't have a signal or anything, it follows me great. There have been a couple times when I've questioned the accuracy of it, but for the most part, it seems fairly accurate. It lets me record my movements, which I don't usually use because it drains my battery too much. So I could do a 3-4 hour day hike. If I'm recording it, my phone will be dead by the end of that hike. But yeah, Gaia GPS. I love this app. It works great for everything that I'd use it for. Look at that yellow jacket nest. That thing is huge. It's about 15 feet off the ground. And it's hanging directly over the trail. Yep, that's definitely a yellow jacket nest. With that funnel look and that hole on the end. There are birds that build nests like that as well, but that definitely looks like a yellow jacket's nest. I can see bees flying out of it. Awesome. Okay, so interesting. There's a little sign down on the trail that says that this was a proposed rail line from Minneapolis to Duluth back in 1907. So you can see this hill here. I guess that would be the embankment for the railway they were starting to build. And then here it said it was going to be a steel girder bridge going across the St. Croix River. It ended up falling through in 1907. Pretty interesting. But yeah, you can definitely see the embankment here that they built up for the rail line. Pretty cool. We got our first glimpse of the Sunrise River. Here we go, here's a proper overlook. Beautiful. Nice little river. Looks a little low. Like every river in the state, probably. Alright, so here's my trail I'm going to continue on. And this bridge goes over to the trailhead. I'm going to go check it out real quick. Here's the Sunrise River. There is, this empties into the St. Croix River just around the bend. I don't know if you can see, there's a road right there that goes down to a boat launch. I know there's a boat launch here. I was hoping, and I am rewarded. We get to see the confluence of the Sunrise River into the St. Croix. And it's the St. Croix River right out there, and this is the Sunrise River. It kind of splits, the Sunrise River splits into two here. Part of it goes out there and part of it goes out here. Looks like the majority of the flow goes on this side. Nice sandy beach. It's weird, that sand almost looks artificially deposited there. It looks weird. Holy cow, look at all those bugs. What are those things? Weird. And here we are, folks. The Great St. Croix River. Again, being the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin, that is Wisconsin on the other side. Me being in Minnesota. Minnesota. Awesome. This is this is amazing compared to the green tunnel that I've been in for the last 10 miles. Oh, it looks like someone had a little campsite out there, and there's a little fire pit right on the end with all their garbage. Thanks, guys. Awesome. I found a nice little log on the side of the trail here. I'm going to take about a 20-minute break, eat some chips, drink some water, and relax. Alrighty, that was a nice little break. Much needed. Take a little weight off the feet for a minute. This might be our last little glimpse of a St. Croix River. Kind of bummed we didn't get to see it more. I thought we were going to get a lot more views of it, but can't win them all. Can't win them all. Anyone know what this thing is? It's like a puffball. It's like squishy. Oh, and it spits out spores and stuff. Is it a mushroom? It's the only thing I can think of is it's a huge mushroom. It was just sitting here on the side of the trail. Interesting. I've never seen anything like that. Well, actually, I have seen things like that, but they're usually like, you know, golf ball size. Not like that. This thing is huge. I still got my sleeping bag and everything set up inside, so I'm probably going to lay down and take a little nap for maybe half hour, 45 minutes. And then I'm going to pack up and we'll head out.
Alrighty, folks, packed up camp. Leave no trace.
That was about 45 minutes. Beautiful break. I think I even dozed off for a little bit. Yeah, packed up camp. I left no trace. And we're headed back. I think I said it was like 5.5 miles back to camp, or back to the car. Alright, so I found a nice little bench here. I'm going to take 10. Got about 1.25 miles left. So Wild River State Park here, it was founded in 1973 as a state park in Minnesota. And its main focus was outdoor recreation. Mainly equestrian, so there's horse camps here and facilities for horses all over the place. Horse trails. There's picnic tables here for barbecues and barbecue pits and all sorts of that regular stuff you'd expect at a state park. It is a long stretch of land that goes up the banks of St. Croix. So there was actually, the Sunrise Trail here goes over most of the park, but I'd say there's probably another third of the park that there's trails that went, I can't remember the name of it, Goose Creek or something, goes past Sunrise River, and there's another loop back there, and then there's another loop back the other way where there's actually backpacking campsites and stuff. Yeah, great place. Started off kind of gloomy this morning. Ended up being a beautiful day. Highs in the mid 70s, low to mid 70s. And you had some clear sky. It looks like some clouds are rolling back in, but it was clear earlier. Gorgeous day today. We have reached almost the end of the trail. I can see my car from here, but there's a little informational, interpretive trail here I think we're going to go through. Check it out. I wanted to do it yesterday, but it was raining, so I just kind of skipped over it. This talks about how we bought the land, the U.S. government bought the land from the Ojibwe Indians in 1837 for pennies per acre. And then we logged it and raped the land. A 200-foot tall white pine, huh? At over 66 ton, trees weighs more than an adult sperm whale. Wow. As you can see, there are white pines planted all around here. Obviously not as tall. Okay, so this is to show what a 6-foot diameter pine tree would look like back from the old growth forest, and how long it takes to grow that big. Alright, and then here, how tall is 200 feet? Imagine you're standing at the base of a 200-foot tall white pine. How many steps will it take to get to the end? To a 200-foot tall. So we're going to go 200 feet. Okay, that's 8 feet standard lumber. 24 feet rooftop. 36 feet telephone pole. 53 feet the length of a semi truck. popping a wheelie. Huh, this one's interesting. 81 feet, the height of one of the tallest white pines remaining in the park. It's not even half. $100 State Park, St. Croix State Park Fire Tower. I gotta go check that out. 115 feet, tallest white pine in Minnesota, in Itasca, which I've been there, and I actually plan to do a hike there pretty soon, so we're gonna be checking that out. And this is also there too, located in Itasca. 120-foot red pine. 130 feet is the height of Split Rock Lighthouse from Lake Superior. Hmm. 135-foot fallen white pine. $165, the length of a 50-meter dash. 181 feet, one of the 2 new national record white pines found in Michigan. And here we are, we made it, 200 feet. It takes several centuries and good soil for a white pine to grow that tall. Look at these monsters. And that's not even 100 feet tall. That is the end of this hike. A beautiful one night in the backcountry of Wild River State Park, Minnesota. I really enjoyed myself here. The trails could use some maintenance. Most of them were pretty good, but some of the horse trails closer to the parking lot here were very, very sandy, and that's not fun to hike in. I would love to come back sometime and check out the other trails, maybe. I even brought my fishing pole, but I never even had a chance to go fishing. Never really got down to the river except for that one place. I don't know. There was a lot of deer. Deer are all over the place here. Yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad you came with me, and check me out next week on Happy Trail Backpacking.